Good morning everyone.
Morning.
So in this video we are going to be reviewing the breakfast, lunch and dinner in the main dining rooms on board the P&O Arvia.
Yes, so there is two main dining rooms, the Meridian and the Zenith. You can see how early we've come through this because they are literally just setting up the sunbeds just behind us. It's very early. If you've been on the sister ship, the Iona, that has 4 main dining rooms. This one only has the 2. So there's a big difference.
So what we're going to do is show you, because there's like a booking process and things you have to do. Sometimes it's not just as simple as just rocking up to eat. So We'll go through that whole process of booking, making reservations, things like that, and also let you know, whilst we're on board, we always say check your Horizon magazine, but a rough idea of opening hours for the 3 individual meal time sittings.
Yes, so I think we need to get out their way. So we're going to go down now for breakfast in the Meridian. So we will see you down there.
Right, so we are in the Meridian now for breakfast. Now we booked via the P&O app whilst on board the ship for a time here in the restaurant this morning. It is possible to do that from day one, from embarkation. You can book a time slot in the Meridian or the Zenith because both are open for breakfast. So you can book a time on the app for any times between 7:30 and 9:30. Now we have just asked, as always, the head waiter when we came in, because we like to just know, because it is a bit confusing sometimes, what the other options are to do, and he did say that you can turn up at 7:30 when the restaurant opens with no booking. But of course, it all depends on how many passengers are on your ship, how many others have also booked in for the restaurant. So you may get seated straight away. You may get given, it seems like they give you a buzzer out on here, and you may get called back in 20 minutes or so. So that's depending, subject to availability. And thirdly, your other option is you can join the virtual queue. Again, that's using your P&O app. And he said that doesn't open at 7:30 though, that doesn't open until 8:45. So you can't actually join that till then. So it's either option 1, which is to make a booking for the morning of your choice. Option 2, which is to physically come and join the queue, but there's no guarantee you will get seated straight away. And then of course, thirdly, there's the virtual queue, but not from till 8:45.
They have come round with teas and coffees. They've just come round with toast. I don't know why Stacey always says yes, because let's just see your toast there that you're buttering. Yeah, that butter's not melting one bit because it's stone cold.
The butter's really, really soft, so it does look like it's going on easy, but yeah, that's stone cold.
Right, okay, so I'll run you through your breakfast menu quick. So you've got the continental breakfast section, which is fruit juices, yogurt, cereals, and some fruit there. And then the bakery section there, so that's your croissants, muffins, different toasts and breads and stuff like that. Oh, and some American pancakes there. Then there's your healthier options, smoothies of the day, porridge, muesli, different bits like that. Then your hot breakfast section. So there's the P&O Cruises breakfast. That's basically just like a little full English there. Then you've got your individual items. You can pick as many of these little beauties as you'd like. There's different eggs as well. So depending on how you like your eggs, you can ask for that with different bits of toast. Then you've got an Eggs Benedict there. And then finally, it's just your hot beverages to finish off your menu.
Yeah, so it is stone cold. Some people like cold toast, don't they? There's 2 things I can't eat cold, and that's toast and pizza. Either of those cold, no.
What about chips?
I could eat them cold.
A couple of things to mention. One, you can, same as every other meal in these main dining rooms and stuff, you can order as much as you want. So if you want a full English and Eggs Benedict and then whatever else you fancy, you can have that. As long as you eat it, they don't mind. And then secondly, if you want fruit juice or pastries or a bread roll, make sure you order it off your menu, because they don't come round with a little tray of pastries or bread, and they don't come round with juice. So if you want it, make sure you order it off the menu. So the breakfasts have arrived. I went for the American pancakes, mushrooms, grilled tomato, scrambled egg, which does come on a little piece of toast, and then sausage and hash browns.
So I've had the Eggs Benedict, and then I don't like sausage, so I've had vegetarian sausage. I do like streaky bacon, but while I was at it, I asked for the vegetarian bacon as well. We do these videos as well to just show you portion size, because I'll be honest, I was expecting 2 eggs Benedict to come. They've got to cut the muffin in half anyway. I thought they'd have brought you 2 out. Yeah, so it gives you a rough idea about portion size as well. So if I'd have watched this before we come on, like a Back to the Future kind of thing, I'd have ordered another one.
So they do come around again with teas and coffees or anything like that you'd like. And just to point out quickly, it's not on the menu. We did ask. They do omelettes. So if you like an omelette, they'll put fillings in for you, I'm sure. So that's not on the menu.
Yeah.
Just ask and they will do you one.
Handy thing to know, isn't it? Because a lot of people like their omelettes. And like say, looking at the menu, you think, oh, they don't do them. But just ask. See, another one couple's adventure tip there for you. Right, so if you're not sure what eggs Benedict is, it's just a English muffin with a slice of ham on, a poached egg, and then hollandaise sauce. So the egg looks nice and gooey there when I've just cut into it. I will like it. That's really nice. So they've also sprinkled some paprika on top. That's actually really nice. I'm just gonna try my vegetarian sausage.
I'm just gonna say, as a sausage, not love, I do like a sausage. Doesn't look very nice to me.
It's corn though, isn't it, I suppose?
Well, I don't know if it's actually corn, but it's a meat substitute sausage.
Your sausage doesn't look nice to me.
It's just like the wrinkled casing and stuff, it just looks a bit funky.
That's actually quite tasty for it. I only eat vegetarian sausages at home, don't I? So to me it's nice, obviously. It is tasty, it's got like a herby, like stuffing taste about it, like a sage and onion taste about it. So I have tried the vegetarian bacon before. I think it was on the Britannia and it wasn't the best, but to be fair, I can't be unfair and compare it to actual streaky bacon, is it? Because it's not going to be the same when it's a bacon substitute.
It looks like 4-day-old kebab meat.
It's nice as far as vegetarian bacon goes. It's nicer than the Britannias. That was like plastic. At least that's got a bit of, I can chew that.
So I've had like a bit of a hodgepodge breakfast, as you did see. I've ordered everything on here individually off the menu. Where Stacey's was an eggs Benedict and she added the 2, I've done this myself, so you can make whatever kind of hodgepodge breakfast you like. Now, these pancakes, I will try these because in the Keys, they do American style pancakes, which are completely different than these. They're a bit thicker, whereas these are like the thin ones, and these do come with maple syrup. They say they come with maple syrup, but the golden syrup, not right, it's not right. They need maple syrup. Because they are tasty, but they're very dry.
And is that actually maple syrup?
Yes, that is maple syrup.
Oh, there we go, so it's not the golden syrup.
So if I could take maple syrup out of here and have the pancakes from the Keys, that would be a lot better. But, like I say, the rest of it, you know what all this is. I'll try a sausage just to see. It should be Cumberland. It looks like it's got herbs and stuff in it, so it does smell like a Cumberland. Yeah, that sausage is actually quite tasty. And as we showed you, if you ask for sausage, normally at home you wouldn't do yourself 1 sausage, so you do get 1 sausage on here. So if you like more, just ask for 3, 2 sausage, whatever you want as a portion. Okay, so that's it. Breakfast's all finished now. Bellies are full. There was just a rough idea, like we said, especially with the breakfast, portion sizes, bits like that. And we will mention, because it was ever so funny, when we went on the Iona, can you remember when you had that avocado on toast, which was literally this big? It was 1 slice of bread.
And that's all I ordered.
Because when we do avocado on toast, we have big sourdough toast. Stacey was like, So it just gives you an idea on portions for breakfast. So yeah, that's how to book it, all the stuff you need to know. So you will see us back here now for lunch.
Right, so now we're going to show you an example of lunch in the main dining room on board the Arvia. So out of the 2 main dining rooms, the only one open whilst we're on board is the Meridian, and that's open for lunch from noon until 1:30. Whether it's the Meridian all the time, I'm not sure. They might switch it around to the Zenith, but just double check your Horizon magazine. I'll go through some options of what you can do to eat lunch in the main dining room. Now, number 1 is that from day 1 of embarking your cruise, you can go onto the P&O app and you can physically book yourself a table, shared table, private table, with how many guests you want, but you can only do that if you want to book a table at 12 or 12:15. They're the only 2 times available to book. Secondly, you can turn up to the restaurant at 12 o'clock and join a physical queue. Now that means if there's space available, they might seat you straight away, or you might get told, you might get given a buzzer and told to come back in 10-15 minutes. That's just obviously if there's space for you. And then thirdly, what you can do, but only at 12:30, even though the restaurant opens at 12, you can join a virtual queue. And obviously your wait time for that is dependent on how many people are in that virtual queue. If you join it at 12:30, you might get in there pretty quick. If you join it at 1 o'clock, you might be in a queue of 30, who knows, but those are the options available to have lunch on board of the Arvia.
Yes, so the menus come now. So yeah, the lunch menu is very different. So you can order this express lunch menu, so you can just order those 3 items. They have a few sandwiches. Then we've got lighter options there. We also have some small plates, and then we're going to laugh at this one because when we did this on the Britannian, we had a large plate. It was very small. So we're going to order one of these to share and see if it is a large plate or not. Well, that's your options for that. You've also got some sides just underneath there, and then we have a dessert section there as well. So not too bad of a selection. And once again, you can order as much or as little or as everything as you would like. So as always, you always get your free water, and they have already come round with some bread selections there, and they do give you your butter. We just showed you the menu. We have already ordered. Stacey's ripping apart a bread roll there. She's not the best butterer, but it all goes in the same hole anyway. I think it's here now, so it's come pretty quick today, but we are the first ones in here, so we would expect pretty good service today. So this food's come really quick today. Just to mention as well, we did request this table because we scouted it out because it's a nice quiet table, so we could do this. So if you come early and you do know you like a particular table, they will always try to accommodate that, but sometimes if the table's gone, the table's gone. So like Stacey said, you could, if you wanted, select on the holiday app a booking time for lunch for the whole week if you wanted to, but that is not guaranteed the same table every single day. Now we ordered, I did joke when I showed you the menu, we did order the sharing plate, okay? This plate's very hot, I won't lift it up. So we ordered 1 sharing plate to share and then the katsu chicken burger, but she says, the waitress even said, it's not very big. So, that plate's hot. That should be a sharing plate of fish and scampi. So, just to put it out there, it might say a big plate. They aren't big plates.
And she's brought us 1 each.
Yes.
You didn't get that bit in there, Kev, did you? You were hiding that fact.
We've got 1 of those each.
So Kev's got a sharing platter. I've also got a sharing platter to myself. We've also got a katsu chicken burger. Now that just said katsu chicken burger. It didn't say it come with fries, so we didn't know it was going to come with fries, to be fair, because we asked for some wedgies on the side, so we have ended up with both.
Right, didn't realise this. This is pretty cool. So the sharing platter comes with some fish. I think it was cod and scampi. There's also tempura battered fried mushy peas. Never seen that before.
It made me laugh because when she put all the plates down, she did say, I brought you 1 each, and I brought you this, I brought you a burger and your wedgies separately. She says, are you sure you're going to eat all this? She says, is it a bit too much? Or we went, we're fine, we're absolutely fine, don't worry, we'll eat it all.
Honestly, tempura fried mushy peas is the way to go. That's really nice. So I know that there is a fish and chip shop in the Keys, but we thought we'd see if this was different, and it does seem different. It does look a completely different batter, and because it also did the scampi, we thought it'd be a little bit different because the fish and chip shop in the Keys doesn't offer scampi, it's just fish.
We haven't eaten in the main dining room for lunch every single day, only just a couple of times. I think it's an excellent menu for lunchtime on the Arvia. It's really good. And again, if you want to preview the menu before you eat in here, there's a digital screen just outside the restaurant, and it tells you what's available for lunch that day. Now, it should, for lunch and dinner, work on your P&O app. You should be able to go on that day and look at the sample menu but it hasn't been working whilst we've been on board, so we've had to physically come down and look at the menu to see if we fancied it that day.
But that hasn't been working for any locations, so whether that's a problem they will fix in the future or not, but like Stacey said, there is a physical menu.
Just physical come down to the restaurant, but I'm really, really impressed with the lunch menu on board.
You always prefer the lunch menu.
I always prefer the lunch menu.
You've said that every time.
And especially, we've never had it on with the P&O lunch menus. I've always thought they've been really good.
So yeah, the fish, like I said, it was cod, and it seems a completely different batter than the one in the Keys. I don't know if it's what they would call a tempura. It's not like super crispy, but there's plenty of fish in there. It's a good sized piece. Yeah, the fish is nice, but the batter's nicer in the Keys because it's crispier. Personal preference, you might like a softer batter. Now, they come with scampi, so we'll see if it's a good piece of, if it's a whole prawn or if it's like the mashed up ones that you sometimes get. Yeah, I thought so. It's more of a chopped and formed scampi than like, say, a whole tail of prawn or something. So the scampi's hit and miss. The fish is nice, and the battered mushy peas are the best thing on this plate.
So what I love about the Arvia so far is that whether you go to the Keys in the main dining room for dinner and you have a steak, or like now for lunch, it's always these nice chunky chips. I do love a nice chunky chip. So now I'm just going to try the katsu chicken burger. I thought that was quite a nice thing to have on the menu, something a little bit different. The chicken's quite chunky on there, so that is delicious. I really like the batter on the katsu chicken, and they haven't been too afraid to go in there with the sauce, so I suppose you could ask for it without the sauce if you want much for that. I thought they were going to play it safe and maybe just put a little bit on, but no, they put quite a chunk on there. The bap is nice as well. Really like this.
You can even make a fish and chip little bap if you'd like. Well, I'm saying a little bap. So that's my kind of filling on a bap, at least anyway.
Desserts are here now. Yes, we are trying a dessert as well for you guys. We didn't want to, did we, Kev?
No, not at all.
But I've gone for the baked Eve's
pudding
with custard. Yeah, baked Eve's pudding with custard. I'm not sure, he didn't say on the menu what it actually was.
No.
It looks like, I can't tell if it's apple or pear, or maybe both.
Well, shove it in your gob and try it then.
So it's apple in there. It's actually really nice. I like the sponge on top. It's a bit crispy where it's been baked. But yeah, that's nice. And then I've got a pot of custard to go with it as well.
I've had the raspberry and passion fruit delice. It's different than a delice I've had on another night. That was like a dense egg custard that was lemony. Whereas this one's like a 2-layered mousse and sponge with a jelly on top as well. So I don't know if it just means delice means like the slice, because it's the same shape. And then it looks like it's got a raspberry and a passion fruit gel on the plate as well, and a little quenelle of cream. That is delicious. It's really, really tasty. It's one of the tastiest things we've had to eat on this cruise ship. It's so nice. So if you see raspberry and passion fruit delice, highly recommend you try that.
So we finished up lunch now in the main dining room. So food was amazing, the service was amazing, we've been well looked after, but we're going to go now and you'll see us next when we're back in here for dinner. So now we're going to show you dinner in the main dining room. So I'll just run through you now a few ways how to book your place in one of the restaurants. So one option is you can book it before you come on your cruise if you go on the P&O website about a couple of weeks before you come on the cruise. You can log on with your details and book the restaurants. Now you can only do that for each night of your cruise if you want to eat between 5:30 and 6. So you can book a couple of nights, you can book every night if you want in the same restaurant at the same time for every night of your cruise, but only if you are eating between 5:30 and 6. Now you can also do the same on board the ship if, obviously depending on how full your cruise is, you can make a reservation that way. So you can again go on the P&O My Holiday app and book a table between 5:30 and 6 for whatever night of your cruise you would like to order the space. So there's them 2 ways to book it, before the cruise and during the cruise. So other than that, you cannot make any reservations to eat in the main dining room. The only thing you can do is join a virtual queue. Now you can't do that until 6:30 p.m. so you can only join that virtual queue from 6:30. And then the only other thing you can do is join a physical queue, so turn up at the restaurant of your choice. Now you can do that from 5:30 p.m, but obviously they're going to prioritise the people that have booked from 5:30 till 6 first, so you'll stand on the other side of the line with the no booking queue. You may get given a buzzer, or you may have to just wait to the side till there is a table available. I have asked the head waiter, and on the Arvia there is no such thing as club dining, so you cannot have the same restaurant with the same time on a shared table or anything like that at the same table on any night of your cruise. There's no such thing. They said the only thing that there is freedom dining on this ship, and we did check that with the head waiter, because I know when you book your P&O cruise you can select the select fare, and then that sometimes, I think on other P&O ships, I know we did on the Britannia, give the option of club dining, but this has not got that on this ship. Another tip is, because obviously I explained before you can't do the club dining and have the same table every night, but what you can do is request the waiter when you come into the restaurant and ask for if you like a particular table, because that's what we've done tonight. We actually ate in this restaurant and at this table for gala evening, and we like to hear, especially with filming, it was nice and private for us and we didn't disturb other people. And then again tonight, obviously I think we had more chance because we ate early, but he managed to sit us at the same table again, so it's something that you could request, but not necessarily it's always going to be guaranteed, but you could try it.
Now Stacey's gone through all the important information on bookings. I will just say, here's an example of our menu tonight. So it's a starter, a main course, and then you've got a dessert option as well. A lot of the time, most nights, you will always probably get a pan-fried chicken breast and the 6-ounce beef sirloin steak as well. That's pretty much almost every night. They've also got today's chef recommendations, which is 3 separate courses. Now, if you didn't want to starter from the others, you could just have the croquettes, and then you could have a main course dish from this side of the menu, and then you could always go back to the treacle tart on this side, or you can have desserts from any. So don't think I can only have these 3 courses. You can mix and match with whichever ones you want. Oh, and just to let you know, the menu in this restaurant and the one above are exactly the same, so they aren't 2 separate menus in both of the separate main dining room restaurants. So if you wanted to check out what was for your evening meal in the main dining room, on other P&O cruises we've been on, we've been able to look at the menu on the app, but it hasn't been working on this cruise. So if you want to see what is for your evening meal, come down outside the restaurant after lunch, and there will be a TV screen with the menu on. It's flicking through, we flick through a couple of different pages, so you might have to wait a second, but that tells you what's on, and like I say, that is only on after your lunch meal has finished in the main dining room. They do come around with a bread selection. It's not the biggest selection. It's normally, this is a whole meal. I think Stacey's struggling there with a crusty white, and I think there's a slice as well. But a lot of people do ask us, and we will let you know, water is free in the main dining room, or if you want to be really pedantic about it, it's included in the price of your cruise.
Right, so the starters are here. I've gone for the salmon gravlax. I did have to ask Kev, how do I pronounce that? I'm hoping this is going to be nice, because we have said before that on the P&O cruise ships we've never ever had a bad fish meal, have we? So
not really, no.
We've always been impressed with the fish. Yeah. So this is like a cured salmon.
Yeah, with lots of dill on.
Lots and lots of dill on there. Yeah, that's really nice. Really fresh. So it also comes with rye bread. I'm not going to complain about the portion of salmon there. It's actually quite a bit. And don't forget, on these in the main dining room on these ships, you can order as much as you want. So if you wanted a extra portion of that salmon, you could ask them for that. Just make sure that you eat it and don't waste it.
So I went for the Iberico ham croquettes. I did have something similar to this in the Olive Grove, the other restaurant. We did a video on that as well. That's replaced one of the other main dining rooms compared to the Iona, so like the sister ship. I'm not expecting these to be as nice, but they do look nice. Yeah, they aren't as nice as the Olive Grove ones. They're a little bit mushy. Obviously the outside's bready, so that's got a bit of crisp, but the inside's got no texture. It's just like a bit of a mashed potato. And luckily this sauce relish helps out with the flavour.
So the mains are here now. I've had the veg, bean and chili tacos. There's two there and they're actually a decent size, so I'm quite surprised at that. It came with steamed rice and then some salsa, which is just to the side of the taco there. Kev just said, wasn't it supposed to come with guacamole? And I thought, oh yeah, it was, but it is just the tacos fell and it's squashed in all the guacamole, so I will pick that up. And then chips are only on the menu if you order a steak as a main, but you can ask for them separately if you fancy some chips, and of course we did.
And then I'd gone for rainbow trout with king prawns. It's a decent sized portion. I wasn't expecting such a big piece of fish and two big prawns, and like we've said before, these prawns, we've never had a bad prawn on a P&O, so I always try and get the fish because I know it's pretty good quality. So I'll just try the rainbow trout quick. Now I will always say about the fish is just be careful about bones. I am not bothered one bit. I will probably end up eating a bone if it's in there, but somebody like Stacey will spit it out straight away. Once again, it's cooked very nice. It's not dry. Shame about the skin not being crispy, but that's personal preference for me. But always recommend the fish.
Right, so I'm just going to try one of the tacos now, which again, a really, really good portion. Now, you do have to be careful because I think we've explained in other food videos, sometimes when they say spicy, it doesn't necessarily, or chili, it doesn't necessarily mean that it's got any spice to it. So I'm going to try this and see if it has got a little bit of a kick to it. Oh, they're actually really, really nice. The tiniest little kick to it. So don't worry if you aren't much of a spicy food lover. I wouldn't necessarily call it spicy or that it's got loads of chili on. Just a little kick, that's all. So the desserts are here now. I've gone for the lemongrass and coconut panna cotta. I can smell the coconut, it smells delicious.
And I've gone for the delice au citron. It looks like a lemon egg custard. Looks quite nice actually. And then another little tip, we always mention this, especially if you're having any sort of chocolate cake in the main dining room, always ask for a side of the ice cream. They do have a few different options. I think tonight was vanilla, strawberries and cream and a blackcurrant sorbet. So it's always nice, especially with a chocolate cake, to get some ice cream to go with it.
Yeah, because the odd dessert will specifically say comes with ice cream, but if it doesn't say that, then, and you fancy some, order it on the side.
You can order as much as you want, like we said before. If you want both of these and two lots of different ice cream, order as much as you want if you're still hungry. So a little update, that is basically a lovely lemon egg custard, and also they have just come around mid-dessert and asked if we'd like any tea or coffee. So if you're interested in teas and coffees after your meal, then they come round and ask for that.
So that's desserts finished now. It's getting really, really busy in here. It's absolutely manic. So we're going to go and talk outside. But I did forget to say that dinner finishes at 9:30. So it's from 5:30 till 9:30 p.m. Right guys, so we're going to end it there. Hopefully it's just given you a good example of what to expect food-wise in the main dining rooms on board the P&O Arvia, and also the booking process for these things, because if you haven't cruised before, it's not always the most straightforward.
No, it does get a little bit complicated if you don't know what you're doing, so that, you know, hopefully we've helped in saving you a bit of time and effort on your holiday.
And just bear in mind, because like we mentioned before, it has only got the two main dining rooms, and because of that, this is a big ship, it can get very busy in there.
Yes.
So just be patient, because they're working very hard in there.
Oh, you can't knock them, they do work hard.
Yeah, just wait a little bit longer. It's a bit slow, the service, should we say.
Our dinner, our evening meal probably took close to an hour and a half for the 3 courses.
Yeah.
From sitting down to ending kind of thing.
Whereas probably normally we'd be looking at an hour.
Yeah.
It's never been longer than that on any other cruises. So
and we're not moaning.
No, it's just making you aware to add probably extra, maybe a half an hour on.
Especially because we're on a full cruise.
Yeah.
And especially, we're not getting into
shows and stuff.
That's what I was going to say. You've got queues for shows, stuff like that. So bear these things in mind.
Yeah, because like say for us, just the two of us, it's probably added an extra half hour on than we've ever had on other cruises. Yeah. So it's just making you aware of that. Just be a bit more patient. That's
exactly.
All.
But we've got loads of other content from this ship and other ports as well. We've got all different food videos from a lot of other restaurants on board here as well.
I was going to say there's loads of amazing food places on this ship.
So if you're interested in them, go and watch them.
But any questions, just let us know in the comments down below.
So as always, hit that like button. As Stacey just said, leave us a comment. Any questions down below. Hit that subscribe button while you're at it, and we're going to leave you there. So thanks for watching, guys, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.